welcome to the second episode of the Live Strong podcast. Firstly, thank you to everyone who watched, listened, whatever of the first episode. I was actually so surprised with how many people received it well and were like, yay, podcast, because it was a bit scary putting it out in the universe. But we're back with episode 2, which is the slay for our day. And I have a special guest with me today.
Hi, everyone.
Oh my goodness, I got one of my bestest friends, Jordan.
Hello.
So exciting. We're going to chat lots of different things today. A bit of a casual chit chat, a bit of our life, our background in sport and sort of to where we are now to some degree. How romantic.
So cute.
But let's start nice and chill. Mm-hmm. How's your week been, Jordan?
Week's been good. I'm actually on annual leave this week, so such a slay.
Always a slay.
I've been moving, so moving's not fun.
No.
I actually hate it. Does anyone actually like it? No one.
No. Well, I've only moved once in my whole life.
It's
so
the worst.
And I feel like when you're got so many random bits and pieces as well.
Yes. I was so thankful where I'm going. I went to use the toilet and and I was like, oh, I hope there's toilet paper. There was.
Oh, because you forget about all these things.
I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, true. And because from where you are living now, where toilet paper is just generally there.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Now, no more toilet paper.
I have to think about everything.
Oh, shit, bro.
Anyway, but lucky someone's looked after me.
But also, how exciting.
Very exciting.
I feel like this is such a big step.
It is a big step. It's a bit scary, but because I'm living alone now, so I got to worry about everything on my own. There's no one looking out for me. Just
but
getting myself in
also, I feel like you'll be so fine.
You'll be fine.
You'll thrive. I think this was a thriving moment.
We'll see.
We'll see. Time will tell, won't it?
Time will tell. I'll just fluff my way through life. It'll be fine.
No, less fluffing, more actioning. It'll be good.
It'll be fine. How's your week been?
Yeah, true. It's been good. Very busy. We launched the first Live Strong challenge this week.
Yes, very excited for that.
Very exciting. George's doing it.
I am.
Also a slay. Mm-hmm. Slay is being used a lot today. That's why.
It's the episode of Slay.
This is the slay episode.
Slay.
Nathan won't be able to listen to it. He'll be embarrassing. Yeah. But so it's been busy work-wise, but a good week overall. So,
nice.
And last week from training, my body was exhausted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where I feel like this week I've got a bit more mojo in the gym, so that's also been really good for my week.
Yeah, nice.
But so nice.
So nice. We're thriving.
We are thriving.
Woo.
Now, I reckon we get straight into sort of our main topic-ish of today.
Sure. Ish.
So me and Jordan have known each other since high school. Mm-hmm. Many moons ago now.
Yeah, let's not talk about how long ago we were in high school.
I know. I was actually thinking that the other day when I was like, how long has it been when we were talking about doing this?
We don't want to talk about it.
No, it's been really long. We're really old now. George's also one of my bridesmaids at my wedding in a few months' time, which is super exciting.
We are so excited.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Excited, nervous.
Yeah, it's going to be the best.
I think George's going to be the person who cries the most at the whole wedding of everyone.
Yeah, I'm trying to not, I'm actually preparing myself to see you in your dress for the first time.
Yes.
And try to not cry. I'm already stressed about it. Because I don't want to ruin it. But it's just going to be...
No, sometimes you can't help the raw emotions, so...
It's going to be such a special weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yay! But we've been around each other for a long time.
Long time.
But I guess why I've sort of really brought you on for the first guest episode situation is that we really bonded over our love for sport aerobics.
Yes.
Which was the sport we both did. Well, Jordan has done it since you were 3 or something, 5 or something.
6?
Yeah.
6 or 7?
Yeah. So really, you're really young. Where I did my first year when I was in year 6 at school, so it's 11 or 12.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Still a long time.
Yeah, still a long time, but that was our main sport we did throughout all the schools. So a lot of people don't know what it is. Well, literally have no idea what it is.
It's very niche.
Yeah, super niche. But I guess it got us to sort of where we are today, all to some degree. For me, it sort of brought me into the fitness industry. Yeah. And for you, even though George's a registered nurse, so obviously you don't do any sort of gym stuff at work, really.
No,
but
really.
I don't know, lift a patient up, but yeah, that's about it. But you've always been super like fit and healthy, and I guess have maintained some positive relationship with your health and fitness forever.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. So I think we're going to sort of deep dive into that if we're all ready to go.
Let's do it.
Okay, George, explain to the people, what is sport aerobics?
Oh, goodness. It is actually really tricky to explain, but what it is, for the most part, it's a 2-minute routine, and it consists of choreography, which is kind of like dance, but a bit more upbeat, kind of like cheerleading.
Yes.
And then it has aspects of skills, where you're doing push-ups, one-arm push-ups, you're doing jumps into split, jumps into push-up landing, jumps to standing, like standing jumps, and then you're also doing presses where you lift your whole body up off the ground. So yeah, and
you're sort of doing all different skills.
yeah, you need to be fit, you need to be strong, you need to
be
flexible. You also need to have like an artistic understanding of music and know how to work with the music and
like a stage presence.
A stage presence. There's a lot that actually goes into it. It's a really tricky sport. I don't know why we did it for so long.
Honestly, it's so rogue of us, right? Yeah. But then it's sort of, I feel like when you're not in the aerobics world, you're like, you have no idea what this is about. But then within the aerobics world, there's actually a really big Australian aerobics community, like like nationwide, but like really heavily in Newcastle as well. Like probably, I reckon Newcastle would be one of the biggest cities for aerobics, or it has been in the past.
Yeah, which is so random.
So random.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really different sport. It's always been so hard to explain, but pretty much it's like cheerleading, like you said, gymnastics, dance, smushed together.
Yeah.
2 minutes, and it's like the hardest 2 minutes of your life. You want to die by the end.
Yeah, your heart rate's literally over 200. Like it's an anaerobic, which goes against like the name.
Exactly.
But it's an anaerobic sport, and it's
for the whole 2 minutes.
Yeah,
it's like
you just fully gas yourself for 2 minutes. It's insane.
Yes, and so you would sort of compete at like a state level, was sort of the first level that you would do.
Yeah.
You would then go to a national level, which would be somewhere in Australia, and would obviously versus the other states and shit. And then, and then you had the potential to go to a world level as well. And in Europe, it's a pretty huge sport.
Yeah.
It's definitely not across like. People in America don't do sport aerobics.
No.
But then, like, in Europe, like, countries like Russia or the Czech Republic.
Yeah, really big.
Really big. And they, like, the girls there would, like, only do, like, half a school day because their other half of the day was, like, aerobic training day. So it's like they were being treated as professional athletes throughout, you know, their schooling years over there. So small sport, but also a big sport.
Yeah.
Weirdly.
Yeah, like once you're in the space, like you said, it's massive and there's lots of people over the country and world that do it.
Yeah.
But I would talk to my friend and they'd be like, what is that? And
you're like, don't worry, I just spent my whole life doing this.
Literally.
It's so fine.
Yeah.
So we both like competed at a pretty like high level throughout our time. We both coached as well. We went to different clubs, so we didn't actually like ever compete in the same team because you could do it in teams or individually. There's lots of different categories you can sort of do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so George represented Australia, 3 times?
4
times?
Or 5. I can't even remember
now.
now.
Jesus.
Yeah, a few. Yeah, I can't even remember. But yeah.
A fair few times.
Yeah, same as you.
Yeah,
a lot of times.
Well, I only did it twice, but my sister did it once. So like good old Trey, she made it to 3 world. She took 3 trips.
Love it.
Where I didn't make it all 3. So yeah, I represented Australia twice. George represented a good handful of times. Yeah. She doesn't know it was that many, honestly, guys. And like I said, we competed throughout high school as our main sort of area. You did go to Worlds when you were out of school once.
Yes. Yeah. And yeah.
Yeah. And then the rest were in school, weren't they?
Yeah.
So majority high school was like, this was our
peak. Yeah.
That was our peak performance level.
Yeah.
And sort of what I wanted to, why we're talking about this and bringing it up to everyone is because throughout our schooling years, we really were sort of like training and living to some degree as like professional athletes.
Yeah.
And I guess we probably have both different stories. I reckon we sort of like a little like ramble on how we sort of treated that time.
Yeah.
You can go first. If you want.
Well, I've been, like Liv said, been doing it since I was so young, but I really got into the international stream where I was trying to make it to Worlds when I was 13, so in year 7, and we made it that year. So since then, pretty much all through high school, was training multiple times a week. It was really fun. I worked in a trio. So the same two girls, the three of us, did it multiple years in a row, and it was so fun. But it was really hard work.
Yeah.
And then when I turned, I think 14 or 15, like I got a part-time job. And you're trying to keep up with school, trying to train, before and after school, and you're trying to learn to drive and
all the other normal life activities. Yeah.
And then training multiple times a week, trying to do we would go to Merriweather Stairs and do the sprint runs and go.
Yeah, and that's on top of your normal training. This is other stuff.
Yeah. And it's just like we said, aerobics, there's so much that goes into it. So there's a lot of training, different forms of training, I should say, that goes into it. But wouldn't change it. It was so fun.
Oh, 100%. I think aerobics is a huge part of my life. It's, for me, not part of my life at all anymore, where George sort of has a little bit more to do with it still.
A little bit.
But it was honestly some of the best memories I've made over those periods.
Yeah.
Over that period.
Yeah, like Liv said, we'd go to nationals, which was all over the country. And you're meeting people from South Australia or Queensland, or even other people in Newcastle that did aerobics that went to different clubs. And it was so fun, cheering for everyone.
Yeah.
And then when we would make it to Worlds, it was sort of the whole country became as one team.
Yeah, you compete for Australia.
Yeah,
sort of.
And everyone was just getting behind everyone. It was just
so good.
Such the vibe.
So me and George went to Worlds once.
Together,
which was really cute.
In Prague.
I'm actually on the Instagram page, the podcast Instagram page, I'm going to put a few photos of us doing aerobics back in the day, so you'll be able to see some photos of us at Worlds and stuff. So cute.
Throwback.
Yeah, so in Prague, it literally took us around the world, didn't it?
Yeah, and it's pretty crazy. You're going to school and the next day you're flying 24 hours and you're competing while you're jet lagged, and then go back to school the next week.
Yes, and the school's why are you not here? And you're I just won a national title, don't worry, it's okay. And you're got this intense spray tan on.
Yeah, literally, yeah. And you dyed your hair black?
Yeah, well, it was just a spray black. But when I went to Worlds in a trio, the two girls I was with, they had dark hair and I obviously got blonde hair, and you want to look like little robots of each other essentially on stage, and especially a lot of the European girls do look like robots on stage.
Yeah, they look like twins.
They they move together, you could see them changing formations and you wouldn't even know who's changed where. Where Australia has always been a very different sort of style-ish of aerobics.
I would say.
But we were trying to represent the same three people to some degree. So I had black hair at Worlds. It was so insane.
I remember I didn't even know Liv was going to do this, and then I saw her. I was like, what the hell? Where have you come from?
It was so rude. I really didn't suit it. It looked so bad.
No, but it looked good on stage. It was worth it.
It actually did look good on stage.
Yeah.
Because I was a bit nervous. I think the first round I didn't do it, and the second round I did it, or something like that.
Yeah, it was the vibe.
I don't remember. So funny. But my experience is very similar to George's throughout school.
Yeah.
Our training sessions went for an hour and a half. That was it. But I was really training every day, Monday to Friday. And then I think on a Saturday we used to do a 3-hour session every few weeks or something. I used to remember I'd be at my casual job at Woolworths, and you'd have 3 hours left on your shift, and I'd be oh, it's just an aerobics class. I always remember that.
It just consumed her whole life.
I know, it literally was. And it was pretty hectic because we'd obviously go to school all day, which was all well and good. I trained in the Arvo, but I was also coaching. So I coached heaps throughout school. So I was coaching, probably 2 or 3 Arvos as well as training. So sometimes I would be at aerobics to 7:30ish p.m., which isn't that late. But then when I haven't done any schoolwork, at home or anything, and then would go home, get organised for the next day, and then that repeat sort of thing, it was pretty exhausting. As well as other things we were doing as well, bits and pieces.
Did it all.
Either. And then I think it was just very different because you weren't acknowledged to the level of stuff you were doing, where some kids who now compete at high levels in other sports, you have those sort of leeways at school sometimes and bits like that, where we didn't have any of that sort of stuff. And I think we sort of maybe sound like we're exaggerating it a little bit. It wasn't terrible. We didn't die, but like you're definitely exhausted. We'd go to school being on some form of like diet, which, you know, may or may not have been super healthy for us at the time. But, you know, we would, like, we committed every single part of our life to this. We'd be doing like recovery days, you know. I did like personal training, like with a PT during this time, like so many, anything we could do to be the best athletes we could do, we definitely did. Not to mention, like, it's a sport that doesn't get, like we said, much recognition. We didn't have sponsorships or anything.
Yeah, no funding.
No, so our poor parents would like pay for us to go to Europe.
Yeah, multiple times, and like competitions all over the country, and Sydney, like so many comps in Sydney.
Yes, and like hundreds of dollars on leotards,
shoes, everything. Like it's very expensive sport.
Yeah.
So thanks to our parents.
Thanks. You're the best. But I think overall, like, learning lesson from it all is that I think it helped us become very like committed to something, like super disciplined, and it's given us a lot of drive. I think people who do sports at a high level as kids, it really shows in lots of areas of their life moving forward. I think I noticed that with the gym as well. People who have never lifted a weight before, but they come to the gym maybe with a random sport. And it can even just be like netball, let's say, which is a sport a lot of people do, but maybe they've really committed a lot of time and effort to being the best netball player they can be. Those sort of habits fall into other areas, and then I see them putting that passion into the gym and stuff like that, where maybe if you haven't had to like sacrifice yourself already, it does become harder to put that little bit of extra effort in, and you've got to learn that sort of skill.
Yeah, fair enough.
But talking about the gym, Jordan now trains at the gym.
I love the gym. We love Livestrong.
He loves to live strong. But you also started with me when I was at the house gym, like many moons ago.
Yeah, I think it was 2019.
Yes.
It was actually, I'd done a year of competition that year for aerobics.
Yes.
And then I, like you said, wanted to keep fit and keep healthy, so we started PTs.
Yes, we started PTs.
Yeah, which is so long
in
ago.
the driveway, and then you obviously like moved into doing group sessions and stuff like that, and have done a few bits and pieces since then. And then you went back. Did you go back again? Well, that was your last year you did aerobics.
I think that was my last year.
Yeah, okay.
There was like talk about, I've always wanted to dabble back in, and there's always, I don't know if it'll ever happen.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I know. Who knows? I was the same. We went back, and then COVID happened, and then we didn't compete, and then I've never gone back. And look, I don't have time to do anything, so I don't have time to even bloody sit here and talk to you. But just joking. But true, like it's so much time, as we've just talked about.
Yeah.
But like random, isn't it?
It's such a random thing. Yeah.
Everyone should just like go YouTube.
Yeah,
Faster. Yeah, Alyrbal, who was my coach for many years, and was like, what was she like? So 7-time world champion or something.
Insane.
Yeah. Which is why aerobics was so big in Newcastle, I think, is because Alyra was world champion multiple years in a row, and George's coach Viv was Alyra's first coach as well. So then like a lot of people had gone to Viv when they first started together, and Alyra had her own club. Like, so it made a bigger community in Newcastle type of vibe.
For sure.
But yeah, go watch some people jump around on a stage, because it actually is really impressive. But we don't jump anymore. Like, I don't even stretch for the splits, so I might tear a hemi. Nah, just jokes. We did do some one-arms the other day.
Yes, we did. I think wherever we're drunk, we're like, we can still do one-arms.
It's like a party trick.
Yeah.
One-arm push-ups. Lol, so funny.
It's so funny.
So now that we've raved on about aerobics for like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes to everyone, you all really know what's happening now. You know, we're obviously out of that stage in our life, which we've discussed, and we're about to start the new challenge with Live Strong, which is the first ever Live Strong challenge. So exciting. We obviously did challenges with OHPT. We did 10 of them. We called them our 8-week lifestyle transformation, which George probably did, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 of the 10, like a good few over the years. They're not something that you need to do all of them to get results. They've never been something that you need to only do one and then be done sort of thing, because they're like a period of time where you can sort of like turn up the ante a little bit, put a bit more effort in. We all sometimes get into those phases where we feel a little bit meh about our health and fitness. So it's always a good period just to like ramp it up a bit. But we're bringing just a 6-week little one this time, solely for the fact that Christmas is so close, like,
which is crazy.
So crazy. So highly likely our challenges will return to 8 weeks next year, because I do think that's a sweet spot. But like I said, you signed up. You're actually one of the first ones to do it, which was
Yeah, I was straight onto it.
You're organised queen. I love this for you. And everyone signs up for so many different reasons. Like people sign up to make really big changes in their health and fitness. Some, like I said, have done it before, so they don't really need to make a huge change. Maybe it's just more like commitment or that little bit extra push. Some just want to take those really small things away, like they want to come to a few extra gym classes or do the extra activities, or for so many different reasons. If you don't mind sharing, why'd you sign up to the challenge, Jo?
Well, I love OHP challenges, and I think when I put in, like you said, the extra ante, you just put in that extra little bit effort,
work. Yeah.
you see the results. And I think I need to be a bit more diligent with my nutrition. I've been pretty consistent with my sessions, but it's good to have like extra accountability to make sure I'm hitting, 4 or 5 sessions each week.
Yeah.
And also, I'm so excited. Nathan's doing boxing.
Yes.
Can we talk about this?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Perfect. And there's Pilates.
There's Pilates, Mat Pilates.
Yes. So like so many new forms of training, which I'm excited to try out. Run club. I mean, I love run club. We go every Friday when we can. It's another form of training.
Yes.
So it's just like cool to be in and out of the gym. And also so fun to do with like all our friends.
Yeah, that's
in the community.
Yeah, everyone together.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are some fun little extra things this time, isn't there?
I'm so excited.
Yeah, same. It's really important that with your training at a general level, you do the same thing a lot of the time so you get results. Mm-hmm. If you mix it up all the time, you don't get results. However, it is also important to be like educated in different areas and be able to perform different areas and do different things, so our body can actually do more than just one type of activity, right? Like we want to be super well-rounded. So when these little periods come, I love to like shove little things at different people. You know?
I'm excited.
Yeah, and I think the boxing will be super cool. And yeah, Nate's going to run it. Nate actually has done one boxing fight in his life. Do you know that?
I didn't even know this.
So when he was, I don't know, early high school, he like trained and did one boxing fight. And then I don't know if he kept training or what happened, but then he never wanted to fight again.
Yeah, right.
So he has like a very small background in actual training towards it, which is really good. And then he's done little coaching things here and there for it, but not like that. But I'm also hoping if I put this out in the universe that I can get Geordie to come, one of our friends.
Not me, someone else.
A different Geordie who's a semi-professional kickboxer. And so I've tried to rope him in, and I think he's betting rope. And he's also a PT. Do you know Geordie's a PT?
I did not know that.
I know, you're learning all the facts today.
Wow.
So, let's hope we can snag some more professionals in. That'll be so funny.
Come on, Geordie.
Come on, Geordie. He won't listen to this.
No, but if you are, come on.
But yeah, and I agree with you. It's always good just to turn up the dial a little bit.
Yeah.
And with the accountability thing that you said, I think a lot of people benefit from that sort of one-on-one like approach, because we do have a lot of members at the gym, which is amazing, but it is hard sometimes to, every week I'm not messaging every single person from the gym and being like, how's your week been, blah, blah.
Yeah.
When they're in the gym, we discuss that sort of stuff then,
Yeah.
and any issues and whatnot, people will reach out to me. But during the challenge, everyone gets an accountability coach. So one of the 4 coaches becomes like their person for the challenge. And then you get contact from them most days, if not like at least probably twice a week. But you do your check-ins with them every week. So it's like, we know if you're off. We know if you're having a bad week, if you're away for work, if you're, your hip's feeling tight, like, you've had a shit week with your nutrition, whatever, we know. So you're not sort of just like doing it alone. And I think a lot of people benefit from that, even just for that short little stint.
Yeah.
That's it, stint.
Yeah. But it's also like we all go through ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
I think the motivation dies, but the dedication's always there, and the commitment.
That's really romantic.
Oh my God.
We should put that on a t-shirt.
Live strong.
Live
on
strong.
the back.
Yeah. That's so true.
So true. So it's nice to have just that extra push. So when you might not want to get out of bed early, like I guess it's summer now, but when it still gets cold and dark.
Yeah, it's rainy.
Yeah. So it's nice to have
someone sort of really on your back about things.
Yeah, because you never regret going.
Oh, 100%.
No.
You never regret putting in that extra effort.
No.
And everyone always feels great after these challenge periods. Always.
Absolutely.
You always feel good when you're putting effort into your own self.
Yeah, absolutely.
And look, we could say it so many times, but if you don't put effort into yourself, you can't be putting as much effort as you possibly can into everything else and everyone else in your life. So sometimes you've got to put that little bit of dedication in, and it gives world of wonderful things.
Wow.
I'm so romantic. Okay, I reckon we're done.
Yay!
Do you reckon?
I reckon.
I think this is so fun.
This was so fun. I want to come back.
Every week. Every week. There is an episode every week, which is
Ooh,
great.
there you go.
There you go.
But not with me.
No.
With Liv.
But you'll definitely make we didn't even talk about the wedding today.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to do another episode.
Yeah.
Maybe with all the girls, but that would be so rogue.
It would be a bit rogue, but I think it would be really fun.
Let us know. Do you want a bridesmaid episode?
Leave us a comment.
Leave us a comment, like and subscribe. I don't even know what you do. Just like,
Do all the things.
do all the things so that someone else can watch this podcast and learn about aerobics.
Yes, it's such valuable information.
Honestly, we've given lots of value today.
We have.
Okay. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you so much, George, for coming on.
No, thanks for having me. This
It
was
is
so
sort
fun.
of like scary, like talking and not knowing who's going to listen.
Yeah.
So
But also so fun.
so fun, so fun. Listen in, follow all the things, and hopefully you've enjoyed our episode. And I'll see you next week at some point. We've got no posting schedule. They just come out when they come out. So good. Bye.
Bye.